भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायण नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टाप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भद्रैष्टिके। ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं देवतारं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुपयैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। रूप गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। Thank you for joining. Shri Ramananda Raya Tirobha Mahamotsav ki jai. We'll be discussing the glories of Shri Ramananda Raya today on his Tirobha Tithi. And then, yeah, we may have a part 2 in the evening also. First, we'll sing the song of Tirobha, disappearance day of great Acharya, great devotee of the Lord. We'll sing a song written by Narottam Das Thakur. जे अनिलो प्रेमाधना करुणा प्राचु हीनो प्रभु कोता गेला आचार्य ताकू। जे अनिलो प्रेमाधना करुणा प्राचु येनो प्रभु कोता गिला आचार्य ठाकु। कहा मोरा स्वरूप रूपा कहा सनातन। कहा मोरा स्वरूप रूपा कहा सनातन। कहा दासा रघुनाथा पतित पावन। जे अनिलो प्रेमाधना करुणा प्राचु कहा मोरा बट्टा जुगा कहा कबीरा। एक काले कोता गिला गोरा नटारा। ये अनिलो प्रेमाधना करुणा प्राचु पासाने कुटीबो माथा अनाले पासिबो। गौरांगा गुणेरा निधि कोता गिला पाबो। सेसवा संगीरा संगे जे कैलो विलास। से संग ना पाया कांदे नरोत्तम दास। से संग ना पाया कांदे नरोत्तम दास। जे अनिलो प्रेमाधना करुणा प्राचु Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur. Translation. He who brought the treasure of the divine love and who was filled with compassion and mercy, where has such a personality as Advaita Acharya gone? Where, where are my Swarup Damodar and Rupa Goswami? Where is Sanatan? Where is Raghunath Das, the savior of the fallen? Where are my Raghunath Bhatta and Gopal Bhatta? And where is Krishnadas Kaviraj? Where did Lord Gauranga, the great dancer, suddenly go? I will smash my head against the rock and enter into the fire. Where will I find Lord Gauranga, the reservoir of all wonderful qualities? Being unable to obtain the association of Lord Gauranga, accompanied by all of these devotees in whose association he performed his pastimes, Narottam Das simply weeps. This is the mood of Narottam Das Thakur. Great separation from the all the devotees of the Lord, starting from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu, and all the associates. Now, so let's look at the glorification of Sri Ramananda Rai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ananda Lilamai Vigrahai Himavati Vichavi Sundarai Tasmai Mahaprem Rasapradai Chaitanya Chandrai Namo Namaste. आजानुलंबित भुजौ कनकावदातो संकीर्तनैकपितरो कमलायत विश्व विश्वम्बरो द्विजवरो युगधर्म पालो वंदे जगत्प्रियकरो करुणावतारो संचार्य राम बीदा भक्त मेघे स्वभक्ति सिद्धांत चया अमृतानि घोराद्भिर्यतैरमुना वित्तीर्णैः तद्ज्ञात्वा रत्नालयतां प्रयाति. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is known as Gauranga, is the ocean of all conclusive knowledge in devotion service. He empowered Sri Ramananda Rai, who may be likened to a cloud of devotion service. This cloud was filled with the water of all the conclusive purports of devotion service and was empowered by the ocean to spread this water over the sea of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Thus, the ocean of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became filled with the jewels of the knowledge of pure devotion service. And this is how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly empowered Sri Ramanand Roy directly. Now we will see how Sri Ramanand Roy and his brothers are the direct associates. Kasi Mishra, Pradyumna Mishra, Raya Bhavananda, Yanharam, Milane Prabhu, Paila Ananda. In the list of devotees at Jagannath Puri, which begins with Paramananda Puri, Surup Damodar, Sarvam Bhattacharya, and Gopinath Acharya, Kashi Mishra was the fifth, Pradyumna Mishra the sixth, and Bhamananda Rai the seventh. Lord Chaitanya took great pleasure in meeting with them. Purport by Prabhupada. In Jagannath Puri, Lord Chaitanya lived at the house of Kashi Mishra. This is the Gambira, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spent last um, I think 10 or 14 years, I forget the exact number, in seclusion, especially with Ramanand Rai and Sarup Damodar, with discussing the most confidential pastimes, the separation of gopis. Who was the priest of the king? Later, his house was inherited by Vakreshwar Pandit and then by his disciple Gopal Guru Goswami, who established the deity of Radhakant there. The Gaur Gandodesh Deepika states that the Kachi Mishra was formerly Kubja at Mathura. Pradyumna Mishra, an inhabitant of Orissa, was a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Pradyumna Mishra was born of a Brahmin family and Ramanand Rai of a non-Brahmin family. Yet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised Pradyumna Mishra to take instruction from Ramanand Rai. This incident is described in Antilila, chapter 5. Bhavanand Rai was the father of Sri Ramanand Rai. His residence was in Alarnath, Brahmagiri, beautiful temple of Alarnath. Lord Brahma himself used to come and pray. Lord Brahma, I think, installed that deity, which is about 12 miles west of Jagannath Puri. By caste, he belonged to the Karana community of Orissa, whose members were sometimes known as Kayastas and sometimes as Sudras. His son Ramanand Rai was the governor of Madras under the control of King Prataprudra of Jagannath Puri. Whenever Lord Jagannath goes into Anavasara period after the Rath Yatra, so then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees used to go to this temple, Alarnath. Whenever we go to Jagannath Puri, we should visit this beautiful temple. आलिंगन करी तांड्रे बलीला वचन तुम्ही प्रभु पंच पांडव तुम्हार नंदन. Embracing Raya Ramananda, the Lord declared to him, You formerly appeared as Pandu, and your five sons appeared as the five Pandavas. So all the five Pandavas appeared as Ramanand Rai. And Ramanand Rai, Pattanayak Gopinath, Kalanidhi, Sudhanidhi, Nayaka Vaninath. The five sons of Ramanand Rai were Ramanand Rai, Gopinath Pattanayaka, Kalanidhi, Sudhanidhi, and Vaninath Nayak. ये पंचपुत्र तुम्हार मोर प्रिय पात्र रामानंद सहा मोर देह भेद मात्र. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Ramanand Rai, your five sons are all my dear devotees. Ramanand Rai and I are one, although our bodies are different. Purport by Sri Prabhupada. The Gaur Gandosha Deepika 120 to 124 says that Ramanand Rai was formerly Arjuna. He was also Lalita Saki and Arjuna half, and then I think one more person, I think three. He is also considered to have been incarnation of the Gopi Lalita. Yeah. Although in the opinion of others, he was an incarnation of Vishaka Devi. He was the most confidential devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, although I am a sannyasi, my mind is sometimes perturbed when I see a woman. But Ramanand Rai is greater than me, for he is always undisturbed. Even when he touches a woman, only Ramanand Rai was endowed with the prerogative to touch a woman in this way. No one should imitate him. Unfortunately, there are rascals who imitate the activities of Ramanand Rai. We need not discuss them further. In Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's final pastime, Ramanand Rai and Sarup Damodar was always engaged in reciting suitable verses from Srimad Bhagavatam. We will look at that. So that is then Gambhira. And other books to pacify to Lord's ecstatic feelings of separation from Krishna. That is Gita Govinda and Chandidas. When Lord Chaitanya went to southern India, so Sarvam Bhattacharya advised him to meet Ramanand Rai, and that is at Godavari, Rajahmundry, where we have beautiful temple, Gaudiya temple, Kovur, near Rajahmundry, declaring that there was no devotee as advanced in understanding the conjugal love of Krishna and the gopis. While touring South India, Lord Chaitanya met Ramanand Rai by the bank of Godavari, and in their long discourses, the Lord took the position of a student, and Ramanand Rai instructed him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu concluded these discourses by saying, my dear Ramanand Rai, both you and I are madmen, and therefore we met intimately on an equal level. Lord Chaitanya advised Ramanand Rai to resign from his government post and come back to Jagannath Puri to live with him. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refused to see Maharaj Prataprutra because he was a king, Ramanand Rai, by a Vaishnava scheme, arranged a meeting between the Lord and the king. This is described in Madhya Leela, chapter 12, verses 41 to 57. Sri Ramanand Rai was present during the water sports of Lord after the Rath Yatra festival, which we discussed other day, boat pastimes of Narendra Sarovar. This discussion, I think we will do in the evening of the Ramananda Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's meeting and discussion. Very important the topic. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu considered Sri Ramananda Rai and Sri Sanatana Goswami to equal in their renunciation. For although Sri Ramananda Rai was a Grahastha engaged in government service and Sri Sanatana Goswami is in the renounced art of complete detachment from material activities, they were both servants of Supreme Personality of Godhead who kept Krishna in the center of all their activities. Sri Ramanand Roy was one of the 3.5 personalities with whom Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discussed the most confidential topics of Krishna consciousness. Those are Sarup Damodar Goswami, Vishaka Saki, and Ramanand Rai Lalita Saki, Siki Mahiti, and then Siki Mahiti's sister. So 3.5 personality. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised Pradyumna Mishra to learn the science of Krishna from Sri Ramanand Rai, as Suval always assisted Krishna in his dealings with Radharani and Krishna Leela. So Ramanand Rai assisted Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his feelings of separation from Krishna. Sri Ramanand Rai was the author of Jagannath Vallabha Nataka. We'll see some another day. We'll discuss that. Will be the part three of this, glories of Ramanand Rai. Now, so we'll see a beautiful pastime discussion between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramanand Rai. This goes to the highest level. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed his external activities. Bahya Krishna Kritya Prema Gam Garagamana Kaste Samvarna Karena Avesha Sagana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed his external activities, but his mind was filled with ecstatic love. With great difficulty, he tried to restrain his mind, but it would always be overwhelmed by very deep ecstasy. Sandhya Kritya Kari Puna Nija Gana Sange Nibrute Vasila Nana Krishna Katha Range. After finishing his evening duties, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat down with his personal associate in a secluded place and discussed the pastimes of Krishna in great jubilation. प्रभु इंगिते गोविंद प्रसाद अनिला पूरी भारती रे प्रभु किचु पताइला. Following the indications of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Govinda brought the prasadam of Lord Jagannath. The Lord sent some to Paramananda Puri and Brahmananda Bharati. रामानंद सार्वभौम स्वरूपादि गणे सवारे प्रसाद दिवा करिए वंतने. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then gave shares of prasadam to Ramananda Raya, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Swarupa Damodar, Goswami and all other devotees. Prasadera सौरभ्य माधुर्य करी आस्वादना अलौकिक आस्वादे सवारे विस्मिता हैला मना. This is how one must take prasad, always thinking, chanting holy names of the Lord, and remembering the Lord. See how it will get into. As they tasted the uncommon sweetness and fragrance of the prasadam, everyone's mind was struck with wonder. Prabhu kahe, ye sava haya prakrita dravya, aikshava karpura maricha ilaicha lavanga gavya रसावास गौड़त्वक आदि यथा सभा प्राकृत वस्तुर स्वादा सभार अनुभव. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said these ingredients such as sugar, camphor, black pepper, cardamom, cloves, butter, spice, and licorice are all material. Everyone has tasted these material substances before. But we'll see what taste Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is talking about here. See द्रव्ये एत आस्वाद गंध लोकातीत आस्वाद करिया देखा सबार प्रतीत. However, Lord continued, in these ingredients there are extraordinary tastes and uncommon fragrance. Just taste them and see the difference in experience. आस्वाद दुरे रहु यारे गंध माते मना अपाने बिना अन्य माधुर्य कुराय विस्मरण. Apart from this taste, even the fragrance pleases the mind and makes one forget any other sweetness besides its own. ताते ये द्रव्य कृष्ण अदर स्पर्श हैला अदरेर guna sava ihaite sancharila. The Treasure Prabhupada was always taking alone and silently in this mood, in the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as it is described here. Therefore, it is understood that spiritual nectar of Krishna's lips has touched these ordinary ingredients and transferred to them all their spiritual qualities. Since everyone has previously tasted these ingredients, why had they become extraordinary and spiritually delicious? This was the proof that food prasadam becomes uncommonly flavorful and delicious by touching of Krishna's lips. Alaukika gandha swada anya vismarana mahamanda madaka haya ei Krishna adaraya guna. A fragrance and taste that are uncommon and greatly enchanting and that make one forget all other experiences or attributes of Krishna's lips. Aneka sukrute iha ana ache samprapti sabayei aswada kara kari mahabhakti. The prasadam has been made available. This prasadam has been made available only as a result of many pious activities. Now tasted with great faith and devotion. हरि ध्वनि करे सभा कैला आस्वादन आस्वादते प्रेम मत्त हैला सवारमण. Loudly chanting the holy name of Hari, all of them tasted the prasadam. As they tasted it, their mind became mad in ecstasy of love. Prema avese Mahaprabhu ebe agnas dila Ramanandaraya sloka padite lagila. Now it gets to the highest level. In ecstatic love, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Ramanandaraya to recite some verses. Pay attention. Thus Ramanandaraya spoke as follows. सुरतवर्धनं श्लोकनाशनं स्वरितवेणुना सुस्तुचुम्बितम् इतररागविस्मारणं नृणाम् वितरवीरनस्ते अदरामृतम्. O hero of charity, please deliver us unto the nectar of your lips. That nectar increases lusty desires for enjoyment and diminishes lamentation in the material world. This is not the same as material lusty desires. Kindly give us the nectar of your lips, which are touched by your transcendently vibrating flute, for the nectar makes all human beings forget all other attachments. This is gopis are discussing. Sloka suni Mahaprabhu Mahatushtaila Radhara Utkanta Sloka Padite Lagila. Upon hearing Ramananda Rai quote this verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very satisfied. Then he recited the following verse, which had been spoken by Srimati Radharani in great anxiety. व्रज अतुल कुलांगनेतर रसाली तृष्ण हर प्रदिव्याद अधरामृत सुकृते लभ्य पेल लव सुदजीत अहिव वलिका सुदल वितिक चर्विता समय मदन मोहन सखी तनोति जिह्व स्पृहam. This is a bamboo. The flute is getting more than anybody else. That will be the, I think, description. My dear friend, the all surpassing nectar from the lips of Supreme Personality Godhead Krishna can be obtained only after many, many pious activities. For the beautiful gopis of Vrindavan, that nectar vanquishes the desire of all other tastes. Madan Mohan always Choose pan that supplies the nectar of heaven. He is certainly increasing the desires of my tongue. This is Govinda Lilamrita. Yeta kahi Gaura Prabhu Bhava Ishtahana Dui Slokera Arda Kare Pralapa Kariya. After saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was overwhelmed by ecstatic loving emotion. Talking like a madman, he began to explain the meaning of the two verses. तनु मन कराय शोभ बढ़ाय सुरत लोभ हर्ष शोकादि बारा विनाशय पाशरय अन्य रस जगत करे आत्मवश लज्ज धर्म धैर्य कर क्षय नगर सुन तोमार आदर चरित माताय नारीर मन जिह्व करे आकर्षण विचारते सभा विपरीत. My dear Lord Chaitanya said in the mood of Srimad Radharan, let me describe some of the characteristics of your transcendental lips. They agitate the mind and body of everyone. They increase the lusty desire for enjoyment. They destroy the burden of material happiness and lamentation. And they make one forget all material tastes. The whole world falls under the control. They vanquish shame, religion, patience, especially in women. Indeed, they inspire madness in the minds of all women. Your lips increase the greed of the tongue and thus attract it. Considering all this, we see that the activities of a transcendental lips are always paradoxical. आचुका नारीरा काया कहीते वशिया लज्जा तुम्हारा धरा बड़ा दुष्ट राया पुरुषे करे आकर्षण अपना पियातिते मना अन्य रस सभा पसरिया. My dear Krishna, since you are a male, it is not very extraordinary that the attraction of your lips can disturb the minds of one. But I am ashamed to say that your impudent lips sometimes attract even your fruit, which is also considered a male. It likes to drink the nectar of your lips, and thus it also forgets all other tastes. सोचे तनु रहु दूरे अचेतना सचेतना करे तुम्हारा अदर बड़ा वजीकार तुम्हारा वेणु सुक्षेन्दन तारा जन्माय इंद्रिय मना तारे अपना प्रियारा निरंतर. Aside from the conscious living beings, even unconscious matter is sometimes made conscious by your lips. Therefore, your lips are great magicians. Paradoxically, although your fruit is nothing but dry wood, your lips constantly make it drink this their nectar. They create a mind and senses in the dry wood and flute and give it a transcendental bliss. Venu drushta purushahana purushadara piya piya gopi gane janaya nijapana aho suna gopi gana bale pino tumara dhana tumara yadi take abhimana. This flute is very cunning male who drinks again and again the taste of another male's lips. It advertises its qualities and says to the gopis, "Oh gopis, if you are so proud of being women, come forward and enjoy your property, the nectar of the lips of the Supreme Personality of Godhead." तबे मोरा क्रोध करी लज्जा भया धर्म चाड़ी चाड़ी दीमो कर आसी पाना नहीं Pimo Nirantara Tomaya Mora, Nahika Dara, Anye Deko Trunera Sama. Thereupon the fruit said angrily to me, give up your shame, fear, and religion, and come drink the lips of Krishna. On that condition, I shall give up my attachment for them. If you do not give up your shame and fear, however, I shall continuously drink the nectar of Krishna's lips. I am slightly fearful because you also have the right to drink the nectar. But as for others, I consider them like a straw. अधरामृत निज स्वरे संचार्य से बले आकर्षय त्रि जगत जना अमार धर्म भय करी रही यदि धैर्य धरी तबे अमाय करे विदंबना. The nectar of Krishna's lips combined with the vibration of his flute attracts all the people of the three worlds. But if we gopis remain patient out of respect to religious principles, the flute then criticizes us. And Lord Krishna's flute, everybody gets enchanting. All the bees, the bird, the cows. You'll see in Gopal Champu also beautiful description. Whenever Krishna plays flute, nothing can stand still. Everyone is completely in a different highest ecstasy. The plants, the bird, everyone, every species of life in Golok Vrindavan or even Bhoma Vrindavan when Krishna appears. निवि कसाय गुरु आगे लज्ज धर्म कराय त्यागे केश धरी येन लाय लाना याय अमी कराय तुम्हारा दासी सुनी लोक करे हसी यही मता नारी रे नाचाया. The nectar of your lips and the vibration of your foot joined together to loosen our belts and you give us shame and religion even before our superiors. Uh, Hearing of these incidents, people laugh at us. We have thus become completely subordinate to the flute. You can see this how much the Krishna's lips has given the taste of this Mahaprasadam. Further it is mentioned. Suksha Bansera Lahi Kana Eta Kare Apamana Ye Dasa Karila Gosani Na Saki ना सही की करीते पारी तहे रही मौन धरी चुरारम माके दाकी खंडिते नाई. So this fruit is nothing but a dry stick of bamboo, but it becomes our master and insults us in so many ways that it forces us into the predicament. What can we do but tolerate? The mother of the thief cannot cry loudly for justice when the thief is punished. Therefore, we simply remain silent. The same flute when Lord Brahma received his Gayatri, both Gopal Gayatri and Kama Gayatri, further it is mentioned here. ಅದರೇರ ಏಯಿ ರೀತಿ ಆರ ಸುನ ಕುನೀತಿ ಸೇಯಿ ಅದರ ಸನೆ ಏರ ಮಿಲ ಸೇಯಿ ಭಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಭೋಜ್ಯ ಪಾನ ಅಹಾಯ ಅಮೃತ ಸಮಾನ್ ನಾಮ ತಾರ ಅಯ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪಿಲ. Krishna just need to play flute only, nothing. So all his desires, everything will be fulfilled. So he just need to think or play the flute. That's all. Everybody gets so excited and enchanting completely goes in ecstasy. Such is the policy of these lips. Just consider some other injustices. Everything that touches these lips, including the food, drink, or battle, becomes just like nectar. It is then called Krishna Pela, or remnants left by Krishna. Sei pelar ek lava na paya devata sava यही दम्बे केव पति आया बहु जन्म पुण्य करे तबे सुकृति नाम धरे सेही सुकृति तव लाय लव पाया. Even after much prayer, the demigod themselves cannot obtain even a small portion of the remnants of such food. Lord Shiva had to wait 12 years to get Lord Narayan Prasad. Then he was starting Tandav Nritya, inhalation dance. Durga Devi didn't even get. Then she cried and prayed. Then that's how Lord appeared and told, I will appear as Lord Jagannath. That is described in Chaitanya Mangal. Just imagine the pride of these remnants. Only a person who has acted piously for many, many, many births and has thus become a devotee can obtain the remnants of such food. So that's why one must be so much eager to get Mahaprasad, not to waste a single grain. So how much we should be careful and alert while cooking, while serving, while honoring Mahaprasadam, how much intense eagerness, with what consciousness we should absorb. All these things are described here. कृष्ण यही काया तांबूला करे तार नाही मूला तरे आह दंब परिपाति तारा यबा उद्गार तरे काया अमृत सारा गोपीर मुख करे आलपाटी. The beetles chewed by Krishna is priceless, and the remnant of such chewed beetles from his mouth are said to be the essence of nectar. When the gopis accept these remnants, their mouths become his spittoons. So further, I think this last verse will stop here. I think it's not ending. यही सभा तुम्हारा कुति नाती चढ़ा यही परिपाटी वेणु द्वारे कने हर प्राण अपनार हासी लागी महे नारीरा वद बागी देह निज अदरामृत दानम. Therefore, my dear Krishna, please give up all the tricks you have set up so expertly. Do not try to kill the life of the gopis with the vibration of your fruit. Because of your joking and laughing, you are becoming responsible for the killing of women. It would be better for you to satisfy us by giving us the charity of the nectar of your lips. So, in this way, this is all Ramananda Raya is describing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is having Ramananda Raya to describe these glories. We can understand how much Chaitanya Mahaprabhu described only these confidential topics with only Swarup Damodar Goswami, who is Lalita Sakhi, Vishaka Sakhi, and Ramananda Raya is Lalita Sakhi. So that's why he sent Pradyamna Mishra, which is in Antalila chapter 5 or 6, who was a Brahman. Here Ramananda Rai is Sudra by caste. Is a, working in a government, Madras governor, under King Pratapadra's jurisdiction. And he was a Kayastha or Sudra in one sense. But he is in the exalted position given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How one who is engaged in devotion service can become an exalted personality. That is shown by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the highest level. So only Ramananda Rai can describe these greatest qualities. And he is not never agitated, never conditioned even a little tinge of any material qualities. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describing with discussing with Ramananda Rai and Swarup Damodar. They are not of this material. They are directly associates of Srimati Radharani, Lalita and Vishaka. And Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, they are the associates of Manjaris of assisting Lalita and Vishaka. So that's why these confidential topics discuss only with them. No one else Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discuss with. We will continue the part 2 in the evening, maybe part 3 later on. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna. Srimad चैतन्य चरितामृता की जय, गोपाल की जय, गौर भक्तुम की जय, श्री रामानंद राय तिरुभाव महामहोत्सव की जय. Hare Krishna. This is a continuation of Sri Ramananda Rai Tiruभाव. This is Glories of Sri Ramananda Rai from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued. परम दुर्लभेर यही कृष्ण अदरामृत ताहा यही पाया तारा सफल जीवित. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, this nectar from Krishna's lips is sufficiently difficult to obtain, but if one gets some, his life becomes successful. When a person competent to drink that nectar does not do so, that shameless person continues his life uselessly. योग योग्य हना कह करिते ना पाया पाना तथापि से निर्लज्ज वृथा दरे प्राण. अयोग्य हना ताहा केह सदा पान करे योग्य जना नाही पाया लावे मात्र मरे. There are persons who are unfit to drink that nectar but who nevertheless drink it continuously, whereas some who are suitable never get it, thus die of greed. It is therefore to understand that such an unfit person must have obtained the nectar of Krishna's lips on the strength of some austerity. Tate jani kona tapasyara ache bala arogyera deyaya Krishna adramrita phala. Again, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Ramananda Rai, please say something. I want to hear. Understanding the situation, Ramananda Rai recited the following words of the gopis. Kaha Rama Rai kichu sunite haya mana bhava jani pade raya gopir vachan. गोप्य किम आचराद अयम कुशलम स्म वेणो दामोदरा अदर सुधामपि गोपिकानां भुङ्क्ते स्वयं यद् अवसिता रसं हृदिन्यो हृष्यत्वचो अश्रुमुमुचु तरवो यथार्या. My dear gopis, with hospitable activity must the flute have performed to enjoy the nectar of Krishna's lips independently and leave only taste for us gopis, for whom that nectar is actually meant. The forefathers of the flute, the bamboo tree, shed tears of pleasure. His mother, the river on whose bank the bamboos was born, feels jubilation, and therefore her blooming lotus flowers are standing like hair on her body. This verse is quoted to Srimad Bhagavad 10:21-9. Part of discussion of gopis had among themselves as the actual season began in Vrindavan. Lord Krishna was tending the cows and blowing his flute. Gopis then began to praise Krishna and discuss the fortunate position of his flute. यही श्लोक सुनी प्रभु भावाविष्ट हना उत्कंठ अर्ध करे प्रलप करिया. Upon hearing the recitation of this verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became absorbed in ecstatic love, and with a greatly agitated mind, he began to explain like a madman, explain its meaning like a madman. एहो ब्रजेंद्र नंदन ब्रजेर कोन कन्या गणा अवश्य करीबे परिणाया से संबंधी गोपी गणा यारे मने निज धना से शुद्ध अन्येर लोभनाया. Some gopis said to other gopis, just see the astonishing pastimes of Krishna, the son of Brajendra. He will certainly marry all the gopis of Vrindavana. Therefore, the gopis know for certain that nectar of Krishna's lips is their own property and cannot be enjoyed by anyone else. गोपी गणा कहा सवा करिया विचारे कौन तीर्थ कौन तपा कौन सिद्ध मंत्र जपे ये वेणु कैला जन्मांतरे. My dear gopis, fully consider how many pious activities this flute performed in his past life. We do not know what places of pilgrimage he visited, what austerities he performed, or what perfect mantra he chanted. येन कृष्ण आदर सुधा ये कैला अमृत मुड़ा येरा आशाय गोपी धरे प्राणा ये वेणु अयोग्य जाति स्थावर पुरुष जाति से सुधा सदा Kare Pana. This flute is utterly unfit because it is merely a dead bamboo stick. Moreover, it belongs to the male sex. Yet this flute is always drinking the nectar of Krishna's lips. It would surpass the nectarian sweetness of every description. Only by hoping for that nectar to do, the gopis continues to live. Although the nectar of Krishna's lips is absolute property of gopis, the flute, which is just an insignificant stick, is forcibly drinking that nectar and loudly inviting gopis to come drink it also. Just imagine the strength of fruits, austerities, and good fortune. Even great devotees drink the nectar of Krishna's lips after the fruit has done so. When Krishna takes his bath in universally purifying rivers like Yamuna, Ganga, or the celestial world, the great personalities of these rivers greedily, jubilantly drink the remnants of nectarian juice from his lips. Aside from the rivers, the trees standing on the banks like great ascetics and engaging in welfare activities for all living entities drink the nectar of Krishna's lips by drawing water from the river with their roots. We cannot understand why they drink like that. The trees on the bank of the Yamuna and Ganga are always jubilant. They appear to be smiling with their flowers, shedding tears in the form of flowing honey, just as the forefathers of Vaishnava's son or grandson feel transcendental bliss. The trees feel blissful because the flute is a member of their family. The gopis consider this flute is completely unfit for his position. We want to know what kind of austerity the flute executed, so that we may also perform same austerities. Although the fruit is unfit, he is drinking the nectar of Krishna's lips. Seeing this, we qualified gopis are dying of unhappiness. Therefore, we must consider the austerity the flute underwent in his past life. When thus speaking like a madman, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became full ecstatic emotion in the company of his two friends, Sarup Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Rai. He sometimes danced, sometimes sang, sometimes became unconscious in ecstatic love. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed his nights in this way, expecting the mercy of Sarupa, Rupa, and Sanatan Raghunath Das, taking their lotus feet on my head. I, mostly following Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, continued chanting the epic of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is sweeter than the nectar of transcendental bliss. स्वरूप रूप सनातन रघुनाथेर श्री चरण सिरे धरी करे यार आस चैतन्य चरितामृत अमृत हैते परामृत गाय दीना हीना कृष्ण दास. Such a beautiful pastime. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed six armed form to uh, three personalities. One is Ramananda Roy, and another one is Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and another one is Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So Lord Nityananda Prabhu has been shown, has been mentioned. Tabe Nityananda Swarupe Ragamana Prabhu ke Milia Paila Sadbhuj Darshan. After this function at the house of Srivas Thakur, Nityananda Prabhu appeared. When he met with Lord Chaitanya, he got the opportunity to see a six-armed form. The six-armed form of Sadbhuj of Lord Gaurasundara is a representation of three incarnates. The form of Sri Ramachandra is symbolized by bow in one hand and arrow in another. The form of Lord Sri Krishna is symbolized by stick and flute like those generally held by a cowherd boy. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is symbolized by sannyas, danda and kamandalu, a water pot. One day Lord Chaitanya exhibited to Lord Nityananda Prabhu a six-armed form bearing a conch shell, disc, club, lotus flower, bow and flute. प्रथम सद्भुजे तान्रे देखाइला ईश्वर शंख चक्र गदा पद्मा sarang venudhara. Thereafter the Lord showed his four-armed form standing in a three-chord posture with two hands. He played a flute upon a flute, and in the other two he carried a conch shell and disc. Tabe chaturbhuja aila tina anga vakra dui haste venu bajaya dui shankha chakra. This is the four-armed form, means Mahavishnu, Lord Narayan. Now, finally, the Lord showed Nityananda Prabhu his two-armed form of Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda, simply playing on his flute, his bluish body dressed in yellow garments. And Tabeta Dibhuja Kevala Vamsi Vadana Syama Anga Pita Vastra Brajendra Nandana. Lord Chaitanya also showed four-armed form, Lord Narayan form to Kashi Mishra at Gambira. Prabhu Chaturbhuja Murti Tandre Dekaila आत्मसात करे तारे आलिंगन कैला. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed Kasi Mishra his four-armed form, accepting him for his service. The Lord embraced him. So now Sarvam Bhattacharya also has been seen this form of Sadbhuj form after the discussion of with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the philosophy, where Sarvam Bhattacharya has been shown now, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is showing to Ramananda Roy. तबे हसी तांद्रे प्रभु देखाइला स्वरूप रसराज महाभाव दुई एक रूप. Lord Sri Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure, and Srimati Radharani is the personification of ecstatic love of Godhead. These two forms had combined as one in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This being the case, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed his real form to Ramananda Roy. This is described in Radha Bhava Dviti Solitam Naumi Krishna Surupam. Lord Krishna taking the heart of Srimati Radharani, complexion of Srimati Radharani, and appeared in this form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu together one. An advanced devotee can understand Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. This was disclosed to Ramananda Roy when he saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the six-form form. Combination of Krishna and Radha is not different from Radha and Krishna combined. Radha Krishna Pranay Vikriti Ahladini Sekti Rasma Dekatmana Bhuvi Pura Deha Vedo Gatoto Chaitanyakyam Prakatam Madhuna Tadvayam Chekyam Apti Radha Bhava Dhyuti Solitam Naumi Krishna Surupam. So in this way, Ramananda Rai being the Lalita Sakhi, expansion of Arjuna, expansion of the five Pandavas. In this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has shown three Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Sarvadama, sorry, Ramananda Rai, and Lord, so Ramananda Rai, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and yeah, in Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya it is explained in further Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya started a school at Jagannath Puri for the study of Vedanta philosophy, for which he was a great scholar. When Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he advised the Lord to learn Vedanta philosophy from him, but later he became a student of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to understand the real meaning of Vedanta. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was so fortunate to see the six-armed form of Lord Chaitanya known as Sadbhuj. A Sadbhuj deity is still situated one end of Jagannath temple. Daily Sankirtan performance takes place in this part of the temple. The meeting of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is described in Madhya Leela. And Prabhupada writes in a letter also to in Montreal to Madhusudan Prabhu. Regarding your question about the picture of Lord Chaitanya with six forms, this form was shown to Ramananda Roy and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. This is called Shadbhuj Murti. This Shadbhuj Murti is worshipped also by the devotees of the Lord Chaitanya, and especially this Murti is situated in the temple of Jagannath Puri. Sometimes when you may go to India and visit the temple of Jagannath Puri, you will find this Murti. This way, even Sri Prabhupada is describing uh, this this poem about Murti. Now further, Ramananda glories are endless. Where further there is a Chaitanya Charitamrita, another chapter is there. The ocean of ecstatic love of Lord Krishna is very difficult to understand, even for such demigods as Lord Brahma. By enacting his pastime, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu submerged himself in that ocean. His heart was absorbed in that love. Thus, he exhibited various ways, exalted position of transcendental love or Krishna. Thus, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself forgot himself throughout the entire day and night by being merged in the ocean of ecstatic love for Krishna. The Lord would remain himself in three states of consciousness. Sometimes he merged totally in ecstatic emotion, sometimes he was in partial ecstatic consciousness, sometimes he was in full external consciousness. So, internal mood, external mood, and partial external consciousness. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always merged in ecstatic emotion, but just as a potter's wheel turns without potters touching it, Lord, bodily activities like bathing, going to temple to see Lord Jagannath, and taking lunch went on automatically. One day, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was looking at Lord Jagannath in the temple, and Lord Jagannath appeared to be personally Sri Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj. एक दिन करेना प्रभु जगन्नाथ दर्शन जगन्नाथ देखे साक्षात ब्रजेंद्र नंदना एक बार पूरे प्रभु रे कृष्णेर पंचगुणे कोरे पंचेंद्रिय आकर्षण. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu realized that Lord Jagannath to be Krishna himself, Lord Chaitanya's five sons immediately became absorbed in attraction for the five attributes of Lord Sri Krishna. एक मन पंच दिके पंच गुणा तने तना तानी प्रभुरा मन हैला अगे आने. Just as a tug of war, single mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was attracted in five directions by five transcendent attributes of Lord Krishna. Thus the Lord became unconscious. Just then, Uppala Bhoga ceremony of Lord Jagannath concluded, and all the devotees who had accompanied Lord Chaitanya in the temple took him back home. Yena kale Iswarera Uppala Bhoga Sarila Bhakta Gana Mahaprabhira Gare Lane Aila Surupa Ramananda Ye Dui Jana Lana Vilapa Karena Dunhara Kantete Dariya. That night, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was attended by Sarup Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Rai, keeping his hands around their necks. The Lord began to lament. You will see now it gets into the highest ecstasy. कृष्णेर वियोगे राधार उत्कंठिता मना विशाखेर कहे अपना उत्कंठा कारण. When Srimad Radharani was very much agitated due to feeling in great separation from Krishna, she spoke a verse to Vishaka explaining the cause of her great anxiety and restlessness. That is Swarup Damodar Goswami. Vishaka says, "See sloka padi apane kare manastapa slokera ardha sunaya dunhara kariya vilap." Reciting that verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressed his burning emotion. Then with great lamentation, he explained the verse to Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Rai. सौंदर्यामृत सिंधु भंग ललन चित्ताद्रि संप्लावक कर्णानंदि सनर्म रम्य वचना कोटीनो सीतांगक सौरभ्यामृत संप्लवा वृता जगत पीयूष रम्याधरा श्री गोपेन्द्र सुत समाकर्षति बलात् पंचेन्द्रियाणि. Ultimately, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, though the hearts of the gopis are like high standing hills, they are inundated with waves of nectarian ocean of Krishna's beauty. His sweet voice enters their ears and gives them transcendental bliss. The touch of his body is cooler than millions and millions of moons together. The nectar of his body is fragrant over the entire world. Oh, my dear friend Krishna, who is the son of Nanda Maharaj, whose lips are exactly like nectar, is attracting my five senses by force. कृष्ण रूप शब्द स्पर्श सौरभ्य अदर रस यारा माधुर्य कहाना ना आया देखी लवे पंच जना एक अश्व मोर मना चढ़ी पंच पंच दिके धाया. Lord Sri Krishna's beauty, the sound of his words and vibration of his food, his touch, his fragrance, and the taste of his lips are all full of indescribable sweetness. When all these features attract my five senses at once, my senses all ride together on the single horse of my mind, but want to go in five different directions. Oh, my dear friend, please hear the cause of my misery. My five senses are actually extravagant rogues. They know very well that Krishna is Supreme Personality of God, but still they want to plunder Krishna's property. My mind is just like a single horse being ridden by the five senses of perception, headed by sight. Each of my senses wants to ride that horse. Thus, they pull my mind in five directions simultaneously. What direction will it go? If they pull it all at one time, certainly the horse will lose its life. How can I tolerate this atrocity? My dear friend, if you say just try to control your senses, important instruction. So that's where Ramananda glories are endless. He could control the senses completely at the highest level. So that's a control as the nectar of instruction instructs. Ramananda is through his life, we were being instructed how by engaging in devotion service, naturally, automatically we can control all the senses. Otherwise, there is no possibility to control this. Vacho vegam, krodha vegam, manasa krodha vegam, shva vegam, adro pasta vegam. All being described indirectly how one can control this by tasting Krishna Prasad, by chanting the holy names of the Lord, by engaging our body, mind, and the senses in the service of Lord Krishna and his representatives, pure devotees, as by describe as being shown on examples of Sarup Damar Goswami Ramananda. My dear friend, if you say just to try to control your senses, what shall I say? I cannot become angry at my senses. Is it their fault? Krishna's beauty, sound, touch, fragrance, and taste are by nature extremely attractive. So that's why when we go to temple, we ring a bell, transcendental sound, everything, and we hear the transcendental holy names of the Lord, Kirtan and Katha, Lord Krishna's glories, his touch, touching the lotus feet of the Lord, lotus feet of Founder Acharya Prabhupada, and fragrance, smelling the flower offered to the Lord, or the arati, the agru, incense, the fragrance, everything, the taste of Krishna Prasad are by nature extremely attractive. These five features are attracting my sense. Each one wants to drag my mind in different direction. In this way, the life of my mind is great danger, just like a horse ridden in five directions at once. Thus, I am also in danger of dying. कृष्ण रूपामृत सिंधु ताहार तारंग बिंदु एक बिंदु जगत दुबाय त्रि जगते यत नारी तार चित्त उच्च गिरी ताहा दुबाय आगी उत्ती दाय. The consciousness of each woman within the three was certainly like a high hill, but the sweetness of Krishna's beauty is like an ocean. Even a drop of water from that ocean can flood the entire world and submerge all the high hills of consciousness. कृष्णेर वचन माधुरी नाना रस नर्म धरी तारा अन्याय कतना नायाय जगतेर नारीर काने माधुरी गुणे बांधि ताने ताना तानी कने कानेर प्राणयाय. So Guru Maharaj was mentioning in yesterday's class, I think, Srimad Radharani was playing the flute. Mayapur and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there. Krishna came there. So this is because Mayapur Dham was created by Srimati Radharani. Mm. So the sweetness of Krishna's joking words play indescribable havoc within the hearts of all women. His words bind a woman ear to the qualities of their sweetness. Thus there is a tug of war and the life of their ear departs. Krishna anga सुशितला की कहीमु तारा बला चटाया जिने कोटि इंदु चंदन शैले नारीर वक्ष ताहा आकर्षित दक्ष आकर्षये नारी गण मना. Krishna's transcendental body is so cool it cannot be compared even to sandalwood pulp or million upon millions of moons. So that indeed the transcendental body of Krishna attracts the minds of all women within these three worlds. कृष्णांग सौरभ्य भरा मृग मद मद हरा नीलोत्पलेर हरे गर्व धना जगत नारीर नास तारा भीतर पाते वास nari gane kare akarshana. Fragrance of Krishna's body is more maddening than aroma of musk. It surpasses the fragrance of bluish lotus flower. So, yeah, it enters the nostrils of all women of the world and making a nest there, thus attracts them. Krishna's lips is so sweet, which combined with the camphor of a gentle smile, they attract the minds of all women. Sweetness of Krishna's smile is unobtainable. Great mental difficulties and lamentation result. That sweetness is the only wealth of the gopis of Vrindavan. They give, forcing them to give up all other attractions. After speaking in this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu caught hold of the necks of Ramananda and Sarup Damodar. Then the Lord said, "My dear friend, please listen to me. What shall I do? Where shall I go? Where can I go to get Krishna? Please, both of you, tell me, how can I find him?" ये तो कही घोर हरि दुई जनेर कन्हार धरी कहे सुना स्वरूप रामानाय रामानंद राय कहान करवन कहा याना कहान गेल कृष्ण पाना दुन्हे मेर मोरे कहे से उपाय. This is the confidential dealings with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramanand Rai. Thus absorbed in transcendental pain, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lamented day after day in the company of Sarup Damodar and Ramanand Rai. To enhance the ecstatic mood of Lord, Sarup Damodar Goswami would sing appropriate songs and Ramanand Rai would recite suitable verses. In this way, they were able to pacify. The Lord especially liked to hear Vilamangal Thakur Krishna Karnamrita, the poetry of Vidyapati, Sri Geta Govinda by Jagadev Goswami. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had great pleasure in his heart when his associate chanted the verses and sang the songs. One day, while going to the beach by the sea, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu suddenly saw a flower garden. Lord Chaitanya mistook that garden of Vrindavan garden for Vrindavan and very quickly entered it. Absorbed in ecstatic love for Krishna, he wandered throughout the garden and searching for him. After Krishna disappeared with Radharani during the Rasa dance, the gopis wandered in the forest looking for him. In the same way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wandered in the garden by the sea. Absorbed in ecstatic mood of gopis, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wandered here and there. He began to inquire after Krishna by quoting verses to all the trees and creepers. The gopi said, "Oh Chuta tree, oh Piola tree, Panasa, Asana, Kovidara, oh Jambu tree, oh Arka tree, oh beetle, mango, Kadamba tree, oh Nipa tree, all other trees living on the bank of Yamuna for the welfare of others. Please let us know where Krishna had gone. We have lost our minds and are almost dead. Oh, all auspicious Tulsi plant, you are very dear to Govinda's lotus feet and he is very dear to you. Have you seen Krishna walking here wearing a garland of your leaves surrounded by a swarm of bumblebees? Oh, plants of Malati flowers, Mallika flowers, Jati and Yutika flowers. Have you seen Krishna passing this way, touching you with his hand to give you pleasure? Seasons and African, oh mango tree, oh jackfruit tree, piola, jumbo, kovidar trees. You are all independent of the holy place, therefore kindly act for the welfare of others. Have you seen Krishna coming this way? Kindly tell us which way he has gone and save our lives. When the trees did not reply, gopis guessed, since all of these trees belong to the male class, all of them must be friends of Krishna. Why should the trees tell us where Krishna has gone? Let us rather inquire from the creepers. They are female and therefore like friends to us. They will certainly tell us where Krishna is, since they have seen him personally. Guessing in this way, gopis inquired from the plants and creepers headed by Tulsi. Oh Tulsi, oh Malati, oh Yuti, Madhavi, and Malik, Krishna is very dear to you. He must have come near you. You are all just like dear friends to us. Kindly tell us which way Krishna had gone and save our lives. When they still received no reply, gopis thought these plants are all Krishna's maid servants. Out of fear, they will not speak to us. The gopis then came upon a group of she deer, smelling the aroma of Krishna's body, seeing the faces of deer. Gopis inquired from them to ascertain if Krishna was nearby. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "O wife of the dear Lord Krishna has been embracing his beloved, and thus the kumkuma powder has covered his garland of kunda flower. The fragrance of this garland is flowing here. Oh, my dear friend, have you seen Krishna passing this way with his dearmost companion, increasing the pleasure of the eyes of all of you? Oh, dear, though Sri Krishna is always very pleased to give you pleasure, kindly inform us whether he passed this way in the company of Srimad Radharani. We think they must certainly have come this way. We are not outsider. Being very dear friends of Srimad Radharani, we can perceive the bodily fragrance of Krishna from distance. Krishna has been embracing Srimad Radharani. The fragrance of this garland has scented the entire atmosphere through the garland of Kunda flower decorating his body. Lord Krishna has left this place, therefore the deers are feeling separation. They do not hear our word, therefore how can they reply? The gopis then came upon many trees so laden with fruits and flowers, and their branches were bent down. The gopis thought that because all the trees must have seen Krishna pass by, they were offering respectful obeisance unto him. To be certain, gopis inquired from the trees. Lord Chaitanya, O trees, kindly tell us Whether Balarama's younger brother Krishna welcomed your obeisances with loving glances as he passed this way, resting one hand on the shoulder of Srimad Radharani, holding the lotus flower in the other, being followed by a swarm of bumblebees, maddened by the fragrance of tulsi flowers. To stop the bumblebees from landing on the face of his beloved, he whisked them away with the lotus flower in his hand, and thus his mind was slightly diverted. Did he or did he not pay attention while you offered him obeisance? Kindly give evidence supporting your words. Separation from Krishna has made these servants very unhappy. Having lost consciousness, how can they answer us? Saying this, the gopis stepped onto the beach by Yamuna river. There they saw Lord Krishna beneath a kadamba tree. Standing there with his flute to his lips, Krishna, who enchants millions and millions of cupids, attracted the eyes and minds of the world with his unlimited beauty. Koti Manmata ಮೋಹನ ಮುರಳಿ ವದನ ಅಪಾರ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ ಹರೇ ಜಗನ್ನೇತ್ರ ಮನ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ ದೇಕಿಯ ಭೂಮೆ ಪದೇ ಮೂರ್ಛಪನ ಹೇನ ಕಾಲೆ ಸ್ವರೂಪಾದಿ ಮಿಲೀಲ ಆಸಿಯ. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the transcendental beauty of Krishna, he fell down on the ground unconscious. At that time, all the devotees headed by Sarup Damodar Goswami joined him in garden. Just as before, they saw all the symptoms of transcendental love manifested in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although externally appeared bewildered, he was tasting transcendental bliss within. Once again, all the devotees brought Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu back to the consciousness by concerted effort. Then the Lord got up and began wandering here and there, looking all around. Uh, so you can understand this wonderful positive. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Where has Krishna, my Krishna, gone? I just saw him now. His beauty has captivated my eyes and mind. Why can't I again see Krishna holding his flute to his lips? My eyes are wandering in the hopes of seeing him once more." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then recited the following words, which was spoken by Srimati Radharani to her dear friend Vishaka. My dear friend, the lust of Krishna's body is more brilliant than that of newly formed cloud, and his yellow dress is more attractive than newly arrived lightning. A peacock feather decorates his head, on his neck hangs a lovely necklace of his brilliant pearls. As he holds the charming fruit to his lips, face looks as beautiful as full of autumn moon. By such beauty, Madan Mohan, the enchanter of Cupid, is increasing the desire of my eyes to see him. नवाम्बुदलसज्जुतिर्नव तदीन् मनो ज्ञाम्बर सुचित्र मुरली स्फुरच्चरत् अमण्ड चन्द्रानन मयूरदलभूषित सुभगतारहार प्रभा समे मदन मोहन सखी तनोति नेत्र श्री चैतन्य चरितामृता की गंगराज श्री चैतन्य चरितामृता की जय, गोपाल की रामानंद राय तिरुवा महामहोत्सव की जय. I'll stop here. This is